Tampa, Florida is a beautiful place to live, but it is not the town to find your husband. Hi, my name is Hope Rain, and I live in Tampa, Florida. I have lived here on and off for about 8 years, consecutively for 3. And I'm a bikini model, and I also do medical sales. The best way that I can describe the dating scene is Clown Town. It's basically like fast food, quick and easy, and everywhere. There's so many beautiful people, beautiful, successful people, but nobody really wants to settle down because it truly is everywhere. Sex. I'm talking about sex. It's disgusting. I mean, I've resorted to the fact that I abstain. And that sucks. But you have to protect yourself in a town like this.
I think if you're going to try to live a creative life as a writer or as a human being, period, one of the things you have to give up is the popularity contest. Running against the grain, running counter to the ways of the world is the purpose of our lives. We're here to repair the world, not to help it be the way it has been.
The most awkward thing is walking through the hotels, like...
Men are so superficial.
Would you date a guy that's shorter than you?
Absolutely not. I'd at least 6'2".
At least 6'2".
Yeah.
How tall are you?
5'5".
5'5".
Yeah.
So 6'2".
Well, it's 5'6", 5'5".
6'2" bare minimum.
Yeah, I just like tall dudes.
There are single women with no kids who are college educated.
Yeah.
And they are having trouble finding mates because they're like, I'm at this level.
Yes.
And I'm looking for someone to elevate me, and I'm not finding a lot of candidates that are going to meet me or improve me. And I think that is what a lot of people are missing.
I think that's an excuse, though. There are educated women out there who can find good men, but the real question is, what they're not going to tell you is how many successful men that are on their level or above their level that they passed off for silly reasons.
That's true.
See, that's something they're not going to tell you.
Yeah, absolutely.
See, that's what we don't know. We just
not
hear,
gonna get to the
I
nitty-gritty.
can't find nobody, I can't find nobody.
But
no,
what did you
can
do
find
to
them.
run him off? Like,
yeah,
that's the question.
but you're not gonna hear, right, but you're not gonna hear how many of those good, successful dudes did you turn down? How many did you not give your time to?
I want to know what's super discouraging, and before anybody has the audacity, the nerve to comment on here and say, guess you should have thought about that. Oh, well, consequences of your own actions. Like, shut the actual F up. I got that. But what's really discouraging is that at 19 years old, I freaked up so bad that I became a convicted felon, not even knowing what the hell jail was or felons were or anything like that, because I was so oblivious to what I was doing at that age and what got me caught up in that lifestyle and ended up in prison. And now here I am at 25 years old, a single mother, trying to provide for my son and get into a bigger home so he can have his own bedroom and so I can parent properly, because I can't explain what it's like to have been parenting inside of a tiny home for the last 2 years. And every single complex that I call, they will not accept me. Where am I supposed to live? Like, unless I buy a house, I'm screwed, and like, I'm not in that position right now.
Men don't want to marry anymore because the risk outweighs the benefits. There's a risk that comes with marriage that essentially only benefits a woman. A man marries you and can only hope that one day you don't wake up and say, I feel like I don't love you anymore and I want to leave, and you can't do anything about it. According to ASA, 70 to 80% of divorces are initiated by women. Among college-educated women, it jumps to 90%. You know what's crazy? I mean, a lot of us women don't have anything a man actually wants that we can bring to the table.
How much should your man make in a year?
Can we make it monthly?
Sure.
At least 100K a month.
Isn't that a bit high compared to the average income out there?
Well, if I'm talking about my partner, I don't think so.
Why not?
If I'm making 10K a month, he should be making 10 times more than me. And that kind of puts me in the feminine position, and I view him as the masculine, as the main provider in our family, as we're going to grow, expand our family.
I think a woman's a reflection of a man. So if she earns more than him, or if she is smarter than him, she reflects him being secure. If she's drop dead gorgeous, but she off to see the wizard saying, if I only had a brain. She reflects his necessities at that moment. And if she's walking around and she's not presentable, then she reflects him. She reflects him not caring enough about himself in perception to change. So she thinks I'm buying shoes for her, but I'm buying shoes for me.
The minute a man makes his number one priority his family or his wife, that's when things start to fall apart. I know that's unpopular.
That's unpopular, man.
But
you got people cringing right now.
Absolutely. But what I'm saying is this right here. A man's purpose is more important.
I remember we went to one of his after parties like a bunch of times. And the first time I ever went, he had somebody like yelling to hand over our phones, like no phones inside. And we're like, what? I'm like, I don't want to admit that I'm in Chris Brown's house.
Nobody wants to be seen
I
with
want
Chris
you.
Brown.
Give me your phone. I don't want to be seen here. This is a bad look
Embarrassed.
for me. I'm desperate right now because there's nowhere else to go after the club. Drake was out of town, so we're going to your house.
It's very easy for a young, beautiful woman to mistake male sexual desire for high regard. Being very highly desired on the short-term track does not necessarily translate into being very highly desired on the long-term track. In fact, sometimes quite the opposite. The internet is forever, and these images are out there, and it damages your long-term mating prospects to have been on OnlyFans. You can acquire enormous power as a beautiful woman through access to typically male political and economic power. But it doesn't last forever. If you're able to secure a very high status husband, for instance, and he commits to you for life, you've translated your beauty into real and lasting power. If you're not able to do that, then you will very quickly, age 35, age 40, age out of having any access to that kind of power, and then you will potentially be paying the cost later down the line. So there are some women who've become very wealthy on OnlyFans, but in general, I would say that it's very, very poor strategy.
Oh, hell no.
I'm gonna tell y'all what, one thing that I will always live by is what one man won't do, another man will. And let me tell you why. There are too many men on this earth for me to sit around and deal with one motherfucker that don't want to act right. I have told men too many times in my life what I want to make me happy. I literally told them a million times before I left them. Don't do this. I need you to do more of that. Literally gave them the fucking blueprint. And somehow, they all managed to fuck it up still. Men get so mad that we call them stupid, but in reality, if they would just take a fucking step back and listen and open their fucking ears for once in their life, they would understand that the shit we call them stupid for, they deserve to be called fucking stupid for. All I'm saying is I'm too pretty. I'm too good of a person, and my personality is too fucking unmatched to beg a motherfucker to open the door for me and buy me flowers.
A man is gonna go where he feels like a man.
Child,
Sometimes, if you don't build up your man and make him feel like a man, even when he's wrong, but you still don't dishonor him, he's gonna stay with you. But if you beat him up, or if you are nasty to him, or you just treat him like trash, he'll go somewhere else to get that.
So you saying